Welcome back, everybody, to more Mega Man 6. We have 4 Robot Masters left to go. And here we go with Yamato Man.
Yamato Man.
Basically, stereotypical samurai robot master that has not happened up until this point. Which is actually kind of surprising if you think about it, because like that would be an easy given for Capcom to do, since, well, it's their culture. But no, and so we have to deal with, now in the 6th game, we deal with a bunch of Japanese references. You'd think this would have happened before then. Of course, I'm Drak, and I'm being joined by the Shadow Blazer himself, as well as Andrea. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I'm recovering from a stupid virus, so I'm just gonna sit here and act like I know what I'm talking about. What's up, guys?
Well, I'm just getting unbugged too, but I'm gonna pull through.
No, you're going to die. That's the way that it goes.
I'm just gonna die.
Because with the internet and YouTube, everything is pessimistic.
Okay.
Everything's life or death.
Life is not worth living.
What? You didn't go get that item?
I didn't need it. So actually, really quick, that actually reminds me, because somebody did come out and remind me of what this was. People remember that little device that we got from Proto Man in an earlier level? It actually, I think it's called the Fusion Core. Basically, it actually brings a Mega Man X mechanic into Mega Man. It allows for, granted the X mechanic works differently, but basically I don't have to be in that Robot Master power to rejuvenate its energy. So basically what would happen is if I get one of those Robot Master energy items, it will literally go into my menu and say which one's the lowest, and that's the one that gets the buff.
Oh.
Or that's the one that gets the power up. So thank you very much. I can't remember the name right off the top of my head, but thank you very much for bringing that up to me, because I did not remember that.
Oh gosh, Drak, I thought you have to know all the names of your...
I am not a walking Mega Man dictionary, okay? I forget stuff.
No, I'm just saying, you should have remember all your YouTube
All your
tubers,
commenters.
Your commenters.
I'm bad at it, and the problem is too is like I actually have had people go, I don't want you to bring me up in your videos.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, well, if I can't bring you up in your in my videos, then maybe I shouldn't bring anybody up in my videos. Because I want to be nice to everybody, and sometimes people want it, sometimes people don't.
But they're your fans.
But they're your fans, Rick. I see where you're going with that. All right, and so we are up against Yamato Man with his invincible Yamato Spear that we won't really give a crap about. Why? Because as long as you know where to dodge, then he's not really all that hard. People are starting to notice I'm saying the exact same things about Robot Masters. And it's because, well, we're 6 games in and it's the NES. It's not like you can really pioneer that much with it, and unfortunately sometimes Robot Master patterns just get recycled over. It's a sad reality, but it is true. It is damn true. Wow, Drak just got away with a wrestling reference. Maybe I shouldn't do that anymore. Maybe that'll irritate people. For some reason, I apparently forgot how to dodge this time around.
Seems so.
Yeah, but I still win.
But you won.
I win because I'm better than Yamato Man. Because I'm an awesome guy. And I love the fact, even though that I turned up the music for when we do the post-commentary for this, it's still coming off kind of quiet.
Yeah, it's really quiet.
Yep. Oh, look, Yamato Spear apparently means pink. Pink, too much pink energy, man. It's dangerous. But we also did get the Beat E parts.
It's pink like the cherry blossom. Like that's
actually, you know what? I didn't think about that. That's perfect. The cherry blossom would probably be perfect for that. And the next Robot Master we're going to take on is Nightman. This is another one that I just got to turn my head and just go, Capcom, really? You hadn't come up with Nightman up until the 6th game? Like, that's again, a Robot Master that kind of writes itself.
Could you say he is the knight?
No, I would say that he is the knight! Wow, I can actually do that. That's actually kind of surprising, because I've been sick for a good week and a half. By the way, I need to address that really quick. So people actually asked if, like, I was going to die. No. Basically, I just got a nasty bout of viral... I think we finally agreed that it was viral bronchitis, is what it was.
Jeez.
And so I finally am over it and was able to get back to things, but I did need to take a couple of weeks off, which thankfully Alex was so gracious to take over on the Geek News podcast, especially for such a controversial subject as politics.
We had to get a little political.
We had to get a little political, and indeed,
it's hard to do.
I was gonna say, like, you put it out right on the title. Getting political is hard to do, especially without people screaming at you. I'm actually kind of surprised that, given you guys were talking about Trump executive orders, that even though you talked about one amongst what 6 he did, that you didn't get like a bunch of people screaming out like, why didn't you talk about the other 5?
Because we're not
because it doesn't matter.
It's like we stressed, we're not a political show.
Yeah,
it's just every so often the topics we talk on our show and politics unfortunately cross.
Yeah, and in this case with the Trans-Pacific Partnership, it actually made sense because, well, as geeks, you know, we all buy stuff that is imported from countries like Japan, so this is going to affect our pocketbook.
Right. Plus, you know, the TPP, you know, one of our big concerns when we first talked about that was sort of the enforcement of copyright laws and the ability of, like, not nations, but corporations to actually sue governments for laxity, what they would consider lax enforcement of copyright law. So that was sort of our big concern as content creators. And
yeah, because like it's whether or not like companies actually would go out and outright sue YouTube is basically what you're going for.
YouTube, or sue the U.S. government, or sue the Australian government, or whoever. You know, that's.
I would love to see that case. The government of Australia sues YouTube over a Markiplier video making fun of them. I would actually love to see that.
Well, it wouldn't be the governments; it'd be corporations.
No.
So,
yeah. Oh, yeah. You're correct.
And, you know, the other big, obviously, topic we were concerned about was Trump's proposed tariffs, which at this point are still vague. He hasn't really enforced anything yet.
Yeah.
But, he's like saying, I'm going to put a 20% tariff on foreign goods. Saving street.
I've said it before, I'll say it again. Yes, I am playing on the PS4, and sometimes with these levels, I don't want to lose progress, because... I mean, if you think about it,
He wants to see the same thing over and over and over.
Well, and on top of that, sometimes it takes a long while to get to these checkpoints, so I don't want to lose that ground. Because if you die, then you have to make it all up. And if we're going to try and get this out in a timely manner, that just can't work.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was already, like, people have already asked my opinion on it. I've kind of remained quiet on the matter because, well... As I kind of joke with Alex, I tend to be of the party affiliation of I'm a piss you off, because I usually will not have opinions that you agree with, kind of thing. Oh, by the way, hi Nightman, bye Nightman.
That was easy.
Yeah, really easy. His like if you thought Yamato Man was really predictable, then you didn't see Nightman coming. Actually, funny fact, everybody that I knew of started with Nightman because his pattern was so easy to read. And there we go, we have his Knight's Cannonball, as well as the Beat A parts. Because we're awesome like that.
Beat apart.
But, you know, people actually ask my opinion on the Trans-Pacific Partnership, and it's just like, it's pretty much my thoughts on everything that Trump put out, which is some of the, now here's the part that's going to shock some people. Some of the stuff Trump put out, on paper, I don't disagree with. I just don't trust Trump to do it. I think Trump will do it his way, and his way isn't necessarily how I want it done.
Yeah.
So, you know, when he talked about, let me give an example, where he wanted to cut a lot of regulations and put a hiring freeze on federal employees, I sat there and went, well, on paper, that would make sense because, you know, I don't know about you, Alex, I'm sick and tired of hearing about a debt ceiling every year. And so in that case, I'm like, okay, well, you know, if we're having debt issues, then... And I'm not getting into the argument of whether or not we have debt issues. I have my own viewpoints, people, and I'm not arguing it. Hi, Spike Ball. It's very simple. Like, I don't... if you're going to do stuff like that, I just don't trust Trump to do it. Trump would not do it properly, at least as far as I'm concerned. Like, I'm grateful and all that he's trying to fulfill a bunch of campaign promises, but his execution is kind of what I'm worried about. That being said, that's all I'm getting into.
That's as far as we're
Because,
going.
I mean, Trans-Pacific Partnership, really the only thing that I can get into is, yeah, a lot of this stuff is kind of frightening. I have a feeling that he might have, since, like, everything that I was reading was apparently Japan worked their butts off, or the Prime Minister of Japan worked his butt off to get into the Trans-Pacific Partnership to begin with, so I already think that, like, okay, well, we just barely came off of a president that hurt relations with who knows how many countries, and this is your first. And it's not the country that I want to have issues with, kind of thing. So I have a feeling that there's going to be a lot more strife and frustration between Japan and the US over this. Hopefully not, but it might happen. And also, obviously, I don't want to pay more in taxes or in import costs for the Switch, for anime, for whatever, but, you know, it's just going to be something that we'll unfortunately have to deal with for 4 years. I got a great idea. If you don't like what's going on, how about we not go to the voting booth angry this upcoming election, and actually vote for somebody rational? Or even better, let's have actual people that are rational being considered as candidates.
Yeah.
Because, well, that was the other problem in this election to begin with, is that sanity was not on anybody's side.
Yeah. It was a pretty bad election.
You were basically given the option of, and I made this joke to Brinton earlier because him and me are doing Gaming with the Geeks again, this is the choice you had, because I agree with it. You had the choice between Hillary Clinton and a former Hillary Clinton donor. Because Trump did donate to her,
Yeah.
you know? So at that point, yeah, the choice sucks. What else am I going to tell you on that?
By the way, of course work calls me when I'm here. And,
Of course.
You know, it's not like I'm expected, but because
Alex, it's your work calling. You need to be doing more YouTube videos.
It's very common.
it's just, you know, my hours are so light, so I put myself out to be open for calls if they need me. It's just, unfortunately, they've been calling me on days I can't go in.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's how it works. Is like they call on the inconvenient days, where you have something going on. It's one of those things where I worked one job that did this right, and it was basically like, if you wanted to try and get additional hours, you basically said, okay, they handed you a form and said, are you busy on these days? And then you had to fill that out. And so then at that point, they actually blacked you out for those days. And nobody else since has ever done that. Granted, it was a call center job, but, I mean, nobody ever has done that, and that's a smart idea, in my opinion. Because occasionally you do want to work for overtime or whatever, and I don't know why I jumped down, but I did. Maybe I was thinking I was going to get another extra life. I don't know.
No, maybe you weren't anticipating on jumping down, but somehow you ended.
No, Drak, going down won't save you.
I'm sure there's an innuendo in there somewhere.
Probably.
Going down won't save me. Okay.
I wasn't going for an innuendo, but...
But there you are. There it came. So I promise, like, these parts aren't going to be entirely political. That's all political I'm going to get. Unless, you know, Trump declares war on anime, which I doubt he's going to do.
Yeah, just like George W. Bush
Part of me wants to,
just...
part of me wants to imagine that he's like the most closeted otaku ever.
Oh God, I don't want to think about that. I don't
Dude,
want to
have
think
you
about
seen
the kind
his
of...
hair?
Yeah, I've seen his hair.
Just he's just one step away from turning it green. I'm just saying. So it would actually like make me laugh if he was like the biggest Attack on Titan fan. Come on, it would make you laugh, wouldn't it? It's like, I don't know if I can be an otaku anymore.
Oh.
You've hurt the industry for me, Donald Trump.
That just colors all your perspectives.
And by the way, for all the people who are freaking out right now, like, I get crap for the whole Michael Bay ruined my childhood, even though I've never actually said that. But I'm just gonna say, you're fine, but in 4 years, let's reconsider some things, okay? That being said, moving on to the final Robot Master, which is the Master of Wind, Windman.
Windman. With the power to be windy.
Hey, don't we
With the
feel like
power to break wind?
Oh, jeez.
don't we feel like we're playing Sonic 2? Wing
A
Fortress?
little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
Like, kind of a stereotypical Chinese level, because it is.
Well, just because it's like a Wing Fortress almost.
We're in the sky.
We are indeed in a sky fortress of a sort.
That thing looks like something from Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh, don't bring up Five Nights at Freddy's right now.
Wow.
Well, we just got another book announcement. I don't know if you saw that.
No, I didn't.
Yes, so we have Five Nights at Freddy's The Twisted Ones,
Well, twisted.
which is coming out soon. And already the Five Nights at Freddy's community is already beginning to speculate about what it's going to be about, and they have so Amazon has a description now, which is, as you know, like when you read a DVD description or a book description, they get very vague.
Yeah.
Sometimes they literally just put what's on the back of the freaking DVD, kind of thing.
Stupid thing.
And that's the case here, where they just put in something incredibly vague for the plot, and now everybody's going, oh my gosh, this means this, or this means this, or this means this particular theory is going to be covered.
Here's an idea. Wait for it to come out.
Yeah,
then.
wait for the damn thing to come out, please.
I don't like pre-speculation.
Although I do find it funny that we got an announcement for the Twisted Ones before FNAF 6, which, come on, we all know it's coming.
Probably.
We all know Scott's working on it. We don't even need we don't need an interview with his wife to know that he's working on it. We don't need an interview with his sons. He's working on it. Hi, Spikeball. That's gonna be my episode title right now. Hi, Spikeball. Yeah. But yeah, so they've already got the theories of buzz. Even better is people are already speculating that apparently this book will answer the whole Shadow Bonnie thing. I don't know if you've ever heard that theory.
Probably.
The Shadow Bonnie that showed up in FNAF 2. Here's what I think is going to happen. I think Scott's going to try and tell a story, or at least the author is going to try and tell a story, and we're all going to read it at least once. Well, probably not me.
I still haven't read The Silver Eyes.
Well, I love the fact that, like, in Matt Pat's game theory on it, he actually made it a bragging point that he read The Silver Eyes twice.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, you didn't read it more than once in your first go? I'm sorry, Matt Pat, but that's laziness on your part, is it not?
I heard them. Well, by the sound of it, it sounds like the book really wasn't very good, not very well written.
Yeah, I kind of heard that too. It was a very wordy book, but you have to at least think that, like, the FNAF theorists, like Dawko, Apic Gaming, Matt Pat, they were reading this at least twice and taking notes as they read. And no, it was right before he did the big video that he read it twice and he took all the notes that he needed. So by then he'd finished Sister Location. And all of his theories were based off the fact that he had read the book again and played Sister Location. Okay. I'm just saying, to me it's a tad lazy. I would think that you would have read that thing twice over. But apparently I'm smoking crack. And apparently Windman Stage is giving me a run for my money. Yeah, that happened, guys. What's even better is, like, when I was recording this material, I actually was recording early in the morning in our bedroom when Andrea was trying to get some sleep, so I'm pretty sure she dreamed of Mega Man on those days.
I wouldn't have known.
You would have. I'm thoroughly convinced you would have. Maybe on the work days you didn't.
It happens.
Ah, crap, and I can't actually get that. Which sucks, because there's an energy tank right there. Like, well, I could have gotten that.
Ooh.
You
I
shouldn't have
fixed it.
made that.
No. But I did. And it just irritates you inside, doesn't it? Yeah, I can't do that.
You couldn't slide?
No, you can't slide while you're in the power of the jet forms, and I keep forgetting that.
Well, yeah, you could have slid instead of going sliding.
And I forgot, and therefore we had that problem.
Woulda, shoulda, coulda.
Woulda, shoulda, coulda. Oh well. And I guess there are actually a couple of other stories that we can get into while we're talking, because so
right.
yeah, we had the new FNAF book. I don't know if you actually saw, but Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy celebrated their 20th and 30th anniversaries this week, Alex.
Congratulations to them.
So much so that Tetsuya Nomura, when he went to the actual event, he actually put up a nice little silhouette of Kingdom Hearts artwork from the third game that actually mirrors the Final Fantasy VII cover. So I don't know if you're interested in seeing that, but it actually was really good. Really good artwork. Or how about the fact that we literally have Square Enix trying to be Saban? I'm not kidding.
Also,
so there's
the Power Rangers thing.
Yeah. So there's an upcoming DLC pack called Magitech Exosuits that now Saban is mad about because, well, they look like Power Rangers, and Square Enix literally went, huh, they actually do look like Power Rangers. We're gonna have to rethink that a bit. Really? This is the first time that's occurred to you? I mean, I love you, Square Enix, but I expect a higher standard.
Well, Power Rangers or Sentai.
Yes, Super Sentai. So it wasn't Saban. It was, I can't remember who owns Sentai in Japan.
Toei.
Is it Toei?
Mm-hmm.
I always want to say like TV Tokyo or something like that. Oh crap.
No, that's. I mean, I don't know who actually broadcasts it, but I know it's always Super Sentai shows are like all produced by Toei.
And there we go. Actually, that was my bad. So I recklessly used the Centaur Flash to try and take this guy down. Now, this time around, you're going to see me actually use it properly. Like this. Basically, when he's invincible, if you use the Flash, it's not going to do anything. Which I didn't pay attention to. And you only have enough to kill Windband. So, there you go. And there we go. That is the last Robot Master in Mega Man 6. Holy crap, we did it. No, wait, we didn't, because we still have all of the other stages that are to come. But before that, we get the Windstorm! And we don't have to worry about the beat parts, by the way. So we now have beat as a power. And for those who are excited to see me use it, you won't ever see me use it in this game, because it's pointless. And that's actually going to go ahead and do it for us this particular part. When we get back, we will take on Mr. X.
In Dimension X.